Hi guys, happy Friday night. How is everyone doing today? I hope you had a good week. Happy weekend I hope you guys are having a good day. How is everyone doing today? Excited to be doing some reading and sprinting. Has everybody eaten? If you're going to make dinner on the sprint, let me know what you're making. I always love to know because I love talking about food. No surprise there. Let me know what you're eating. We had some pizza, and then I have water in my Scooby-Doo tumbler and some blueberry lavender tea in my mug. So I'm excited to sip on that once it's a little cooler. Tonight I am planning to read a couple of books. So I'd like to start Read Between the Lines by Jessie Cusatanto, which is her newest release this year. I'm super excited. I love her cozy mysteries, her thrillers, everything she writes. So very excited. I haven't started it, but I think it's going to be a good time. And then I'm planning to start this non-fiction, which is a bit out there, but I think fun. It's called The League of Lady Poisoners, and it's illustrated true stories of dangerous women. And this is the book here, which is just so pretty. And it has all these different illustrations of different female poisoners throughout history and the stories behind them, because some of them are maybe women who were in really bad situations they were trying to get out of, so they resorted to poison, while others were maybe very, greed focused and were trying to murder people with poison to take advantage, that sort of thing. So I'm really curious about this one. I know it's kind of a weird, kind of morbid topic, but that is that. And then for cozies, I'm listening to Murder at the Blarney Bash by Darcy Hannah, which is a St. Patty's cozy. And I've been reading An Escape Goat by Jana Rollins, aka Paula Charles. And this is the first in the Zen Goat mysteries, which I've really been liking. So I think I'm going to focus on these two tonight and listen to some more of Murder at the Blarney Bash. But let me know what you're planning to read. Hello there. Hello. Hi. Welcome. So glad you're here. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, Sherry from Indiana. Lola is reading The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. Ooh, I liked that one. I hope you have a good time with that. Hi, Kimberly. Yes, the book it's very pretty. It's definitely got kind of a sinister feel to it, but it's very detailed, which I love. So, and I kind of have a bit of a morbid fascination with historical stories and things like this. I love learning through stuff like this, so as odd as that might be, that's what I'm planning to start with. I am going to be taking some notes down on my commonplace book, so if you see me taking notes a bit, that is why. That's what I'm doing, because I like to try to take notes with nonfiction. I feel like it helps me to remember some stuff better. Rebecca said, "Woo, glad it's Friday. We had pizza, mozzarella sticks, and salad from our favorite pizzeria. That sounds so good." Yeah, we had a pizza from our favorite local pizza shop. Oh, it was so good. How do you guys feel about pineapple on pizza? I know that can be kind of divisive. We are a pro pineapple household. Love pineapple on pizza. Hi, Jill. How are you? Hi, Princess Peach. She said, "Hi, Amy. Hope you're having a good day. You're in a reading slump right now. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're having a good day, though. And I hope that maybe this will help you get out of it a bit, or that you get out of it soon." Sebe said, "Hoping to finish up a middle grade tonight called Finding Lost. Finished the book club book last night." Amazing. I'm excited to dive into that book this weekend. Very excited. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, "Amy, your shirt or dress is so pretty." Thank you. It's a blouse, and it is super comfortable. And I'm just a fan of anything floral. I really always kind of gravitate towards. Who said, "I'm reading Death Wasn't Invited, a June's Journey mystery by Caroline O'Connor." I really want to read that one. I'll be excited to hear your thoughts on it. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Sherry said, "I'm starting Murder with a Side of Bacon." Yum. Mr. Bo had some bacon today because I made some bacon and pancakes for breakfast, and he was quite excited. He's definitely team bacon. You're going to try to finish Mad Mabel. It's pretty interesting. I'm curious about that one. I think by Sally Hepworth. It looks really interesting, so hopefully has a good conclusion. You're reading Honeymoons Can Be Hazardous by Amanda Flower. Ooh, I love the title of that one. And Amanda Flower is so good. I hope you're having a great time with that. Good evening, Melanie. How are you? He said, that book does look great if you judge a book by its cover. That's true. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but I'm like, what's the point of beautiful colors and illustrations and things on books if we can't get a vibe and a feeling for the book itself, right? So, yeah. I love it. Plus, it's got the shiny green edges, which I love. Good evening, Grandma Susan. How are you doing today? Jill's going to read Assaulted Caramel by Amanda Flower. You have less than 100 pages. Amazing. You are starting to fly through that then. I hope the ending is great. Are you saying at Jill, I liked that book. I hope you do as well. Or hope you're enjoying it. Becca said, love pineapple on pizza, but my hubby doesn't, so sometimes I get it on half. That's a good compromise. Yeah, I love it. I feel like it just adds a little burst of freshness and sweetness. And I love that sweet and savoriness. Stevie said, I don't mind pineapple on pizza, but it's not my go-to order. Fair enough, fair enough. Said, hi from 6 a.m. Indonesia here. Happy to join the sprints again. We'll read S.A. Barnes' Razor Blade Tears today. Amazing. I'm so glad you're able to join too. Jill just had ravioli for dinner. Yum. Love that. Hi, Annie. Said, hi, Amy. Hi, chat. You're reading Coming Home by Rosamund Pilcher. Ooh, that sounds good. Rosamund. Historical fiction novel. Ooh, that looks really good. I hope you have a great time with that, Annie. Kimberly said, I have never played June's Journey, but this book is good so far. You're on chapter 8. I read other cozies by Carleen O'Connor, so I thought I'd give it a go. Yeah, I've played it just a little bit. I'm not a big gamer usually, but I love the look of it in the 1920s setting. So when I heard they were making a book series based on it, I was like, I bet this is going to be really cool. So I'm glad you're enjoying it so far, and that you can read it without having played the game, because I never finished the game. Maybe I should at some point. But I love the look of it, so I'm so glad you're enjoying it so far. I need to read some more by Carleen O'Connor. I hear so many good things. Pineapple's a staple for your pizza. Yes, it is for us too. I think it's delicious. Princess Peach says, I've never had pineapple on pizza. Maybe I should try it. I think it's good. I feel like people either kind of love it or hate it, usually, but I'm definitely in the love it camp. So maybe give it a try, see what you think. Kimberly said, I've never played June's Journey, but the book is good so far. I read other cozies by Carleen O'Connor, so I thought I'd give it a try. Or give it a go. I'm glad it is going well for you so far. I've just played a little bit, so I really don't have like a lot of the back history on the character. Good evening, Debbie. He said, good evening, everyone. You're almost done listening to Booking for Trouble by Jen McKinley. I love that series. Hope you're having a great time with it. Kat is reading First Lie Wins. It's good so far. Amazing. Amazing. Princess Peach says, I read the second book in the Shield of Sparrow series by Devney Perry, and I can't move on from it. I need the third book like now. Well, it sounds like it was a good read. I guess I'm not familiar with the series. Is the third book on its way out? But not out yet. That is rough when you have to wait for a book and a series you love. You don't like pineapple on pizza? Totally get it. You said, unless it's dessert pizza. I don't think I've ever had a dessert pizza before. I've had like a cookie pizza, like, it's like a big cookie shaped like a pizza and like kind of sliced like one, but it's not really anything about it besides the shape. It's just a cookie. It's not anything pizza-like. But maybe I need to try some more dessert pizza because that sounds delicious. And I said, first time I had pineapple pizza was in Phoenix at Oregon Stop Pizza. I liked it, but I have pineapple with cottage cheese, so no wonder. That sounds yummy. I like cottage cheese and pineapple, but I haven't tried that combo, and that sounds really, really good. Jill says, pineapple on pizza? No, but I love pineapple on its own. Fair enough. Fair enough. It says, at Kimberly, June's Journey game is good too. The story is pretty interesting, but I had to quit playing it because at some point my eyes just got so strained I couldn't do it anymore. That can definitely happen with some games. I think because that one's like a lot of like find little things within the bigger picture, which definitely I find it to be a little hard on the eyes too. Princess Peaches, it doesn't come out till next March. I tabbed the book. It was so good. It made me cry and left on a cliffhanger. Oh, I'm so sorry. That would drive me crazy. That would drive me really crazy. Oh, I think that's why I like the types of books I read, because thrillers are usually just standalones. So there's not a cliffhanger situation. And cozy mysteries are in a series, so maybe you have to wait for the next one, but it's usually like one mystery per book, so it's wrapped up. So, cause that is rough. I'm so sorry. Hopefully it'll come sooner than you think, or faster than I can't speak today. It's one of those days where I did a lot of writing for work and my brain is not working with words as well as I'd like now. So is cozy mysteries your favorite genre? I would say yes. I would say just mysteries in general. But I love cozy mysteries. I love murder mysteries, thrillers, anything that's a mystery genre, really. But I do definitely have a soft spot for cozies. I feel like they're just fun, sweet. I love the characters, usually the small town kind of vibes they have. I love the fun themes. So yeah. All right, I'm caught up on comments. I'm gonna go ahead and get us kicked off with our first sprint here. So if you are new to sprints with me, I use this little cat timer that you see on the screen right now. And when the timer goes off, the cat meows. So just so you know, heads up, the cat will meow as like the alarm when the timer goes off. So heads up on that. But let's go ahead and dive into a 45-minute sprint. Happy reading, everybody. And here we go. Hi guys, how was that first sprint for you? I started reading The League of Lady Poisoners, which is illustrated and written by Lisa Perrin. It's so good. She has a really good writing style with like some really good humor infused into it, which makes the very heavy topic a little more bearable to read while still being interesting. And like, look at the art in this. I mean, my gosh, can you imagine being so good that you can both write and illustrate something this good? I mean, that's just incredible to me that she did both. And it's just so pretty. I mean, yeah, just like so many cool books. So there is that. And I think I'm going to take a break from The Lady Poisoners, because like I said, very interesting topic, but heavy, obviously, and switch to Read Between the Lies by Jessica Sutanto, which I'm just about to start. So I don't know a lot about this one, but I know I love this author, so that in itself, very excited. I know we had a few more people join us. We had, let's see, I think we left off here. Princess Peach said, anytime I go anywhere in a small town, I'm like, I should write a cozy mystery here. If I could just get them on paper, I have so many stories in my head. I sometimes have the same thought in like cool, quirky little towns and things like that. I love that though. You should write one though. That would be awesome. Hello, Chrissy. I hope you're enjoying your read. Thanks for joining. Hi, Ivy. How are you? You said, I forgot about sprints. You're listening to Phrases. It's a memoir by the singer-actress Brandy. She's one of my daughter's favorites. You feel like I've watched her grow up. That's so cool. I love that. Hi, Hannah. Said, hi, Amy. I'm listening to a book called Echoes from a Missing Generation by Christina Suzanne Nelson. That sounds interesting. Echoes from a Missing... Wow, cold case mystery novel. That does sound really interesting. You have to let me know how that is. You're at 12%. I hope you're enjoying it so far. So I think you might like Sally Hepworth. She gives a little bit of a cozy mystery vibe, even though she's a mystery thriller author. You're 73% of the way into your book. I do like Sally Hepworth. I've read a few of her books. I always get her confused with Megan Miranda for some reason. I'm trying to remember. I really liked The Darling Girls. I read The Soulmate, liked that a lot. I read The Younger Wife, which was pretty good. Not my favorite, but good. And I definitely want to read Mad Mabel and some of her other books. So I think Darling Girls is probably my favorite. But I do like her. You're right. She is awesome. Jill is 261 pages out of 328 in a Salted Caramel. Awesome. Great progress. Sherry is up to 33%. Amazing. Cosmic Tea is reading Across My Heart by Megan Collins. You're on page 107. I love that. I really enjoyed that book. I hope you have a great time with that. I have a little treat for Mr. Bow, so I'm hoping he'll come over and say hi. Mr. Bow! Boaz! Come over here, buddy. Come on, up. You want to say hi? Come over here, buddy. A little fur. Okay, here. I'm going to move this towards him. You want to say hi? Oh, no. Oh, boy. Come back this way. Up. Good boy. There you go. Hi. Okay, well, getting him to face the camera didn't quite work, but he wanted to say hello. Steph says, hello, you're actually reading a scary book, a new release, just relaxing. That sounds like a great Friday evening. I hope you enjoy it. Kimberly read 3 chapters. Awesome. You made it through chapter 11, through half of chapter 18 in my Amanda Flower book, ebook. Amazing. Everyone's making really good progress. Jill says, hi, Boaz. He's chomping on his treat down there. Is Read Between the Lies the newest release from Jessica Sutanto? Yes, it is. Or at least in terms of her thrillers. I haven't heard anything about other mysteries from her yet. But this is her newest thriller. I think it came out in February, and I just got it from my library because I've been on the wait list. And I'm very excited because it's one of my most anticipated releases because she is a favorite author of mine for both cozies and thrillers, which I think is so impressive when an author can do different like genres like that so well. It's like extra impressive to me. Annie got to 55% and coming home. Amazing. Lucky Stamper, good evening. You're reading Love, Lies, and Pumpkin Spice by Rachel Beatty. You're at 25%. Love that title. Good evening. Glad you were here. Princess Peach says hi, Boaz. Hello. You want to come up and say hi? I don't have any more biscuits. I'm sorry. We'll see if he comes up. I will try to get him back over here at some point. Although, knowing him, I will be reading, and then he will suddenly decide to smush my face with his, so that could also happen. Do you want to say hi, Mr. Bo? Let's see. You say hello? It says, happy Friday, everybody. I started my day with a bacon slice, and it was great. You have hair in your mouth. Okay. Does anyone else's pets just end up with, like, a strand of their hair in their mouth? And you're just like, oh, okay, let's get that out. It's not a fun thing. I think you might snooze, so if you hear snoring in the background, that would be my dog. But yeah, let me know, guys. Do you guys have any books that are on a spring TBR or anything you're looking forward to reading throughout the season or doing? If you have like a specific thing you want to do, I really want to do a picnic with my husband and Boaz next week. I'm hoping. We have like a nice area that we could walk to with the picnic basket. That would be nice for like a little picnic, and the weather is nice enough where I think it would still be good. So I'm hoping to do a picnic soon. Princess Peach says, hi, Boaz. Said Mr. Bobo is rather shy today. A little bit. He's a little squirrely. But he is now curled up next to my knee. So that'll do. Princess Peach said, my dog sheds so much I can make another dog. That is crazy. What kind of dog do you have? I grew up with Boston Terriers, so I've never lived with like a long-haired dog or a dog that sheds like crazy. Like Boston's definitely shed, but they have short hair, so it's not too crazy. You know, they might need like a bath or something, but nothing crazy. So I would love to, I don't know. Like I've heard corgis and stuff just go crazy with shedding, and I have my in-laws' dog. One of their dogs is like a German Shepherd, kind of like sheepdog mix. We're not entirely sure, but they have long blonde hair, and you can just like breathe near them, and there's just clumps of it like going into the air. I've never seen anything like it. They shed so much, but she's such a sweetie. You have so many on your TBR based on your cozy recommendations. Yay! You read them in between romantasy. I love that. Well, I hope you find some new favorites. That makes me really happy. Ivy's looking forward to your visit with your mom for Mother's Day. She's 86 and in great shape. That's awesome. Amazing. I love that. Princess Peach says lab mix and a dorky. A Dachshund and Yorkie mix. Ooh. Cute. Yeah, imagine the Yorkie part gives them some pretty good fur. You had a Shih Tzu. Luckily, he passed away at 20 years old. He didn't shed, so that was easy. That's nice. Yeah, I'm trying to picture a Shih Tzu. I think I know what they look like, but I thought they have a fair amount of fur, it looks like. But they are so cute. That's amazing they lived till 20, though. That is amazing. Cosmic Tea says, I want to read Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent yet. I really want to read more books from different thriller authors this year. I love that. I've heard good things about that book. That one's definitely been one I'm interested in. And I would definitely like to find some more thriller authors as well. I know one that I've really been enjoying. I read one book from them that I got on NetGalley last year, and then I just read a second book by them from Kindle Unlimited, and I don't feel like they're talked about very much, as Angela Henry. I really liked this The Family Lies, and then I just read, I think it's her Pretty Lies. I always get confused if it's Pretty or Perfect Lies. I think it's Pretty Lies. Yes, her Pretty Lies, which is a psychological thriller by them, and I really liked that a lot. But I agree, I'd like to find more thriller authors too. That is a great goal. Princess Peach says, my lab sheds like crazy, my dorky not so much, but she is sassy. I have never met a Dachshund or a Dachshund mix that is not a bit sassy. I think that's just a sassy breed, but they are so adorable. And labs are so lovely. We have a chocolate lab in the family, and he is like the sweetest good boy ever. Like, you just so sweet. Absolutely love it. Let's see. How is the weather where everyone's at? I feel like we were having really nice weather that felt like spring, and it's back to that now. But for a few days this week, it was actually really chilly. Like, I was back in like a lightweight sweater or like sweatshirts. Like, I was pretty cold actually, which surprised me because it's well into April. And sometimes where I live, we get like one random snow in April. It has not happened yet. Still could, but we sometimes get just like the most random snow in April, and I'm just like, what happened? Debbie said, I'm looking forward to outside theater like Shakespeare in the Park and concerts. I like that a lot. Ooh. I gotta see if my town does anything like that. I'm not sure. But that is awesome. So it was great today, but the weekend will be in the 50s and rainy in Philly. Ooh, I do love a good spring rain. That can be nice, but that is kind of chilly for spring. So as a long-haired cat mom, cat hair is everywhere in my house. Lip gloss is a no-no. Yep, I could see that. I think the hard part about Boaz is he's like a dark chocolate color, and then he's got white fur. So if you're trying to keep fur or hair off of you, you can't wear any color and not have it show up because he has both dark and light. So it's like, it's going to show up no matter what color you wear. But that's okay. I'd rather, I feel like I've seen an expression or like a cute, like, you know, a little saying or something where it's like, dog fur is my favorite accessory or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I can get behind that. But yeah, lip gloss, that could be messy. I also think it's funny with Bo. He's got white on his neck here. And so I'll be giving him kisses. And I wear a lot of like red lipstick or like deep pinks. And sometimes he'll end up with like little red or like pink splotches on his neck. He doesn't mind, but I just will look over and be like, what's on his neck? And then I realize it's lipstick. I'm like, good job, Amy. Jill said it's funny. It was sunny, but only low 50s today. That is kind of on the cooler side. Steph said it's actually hot here in Pennsylvania. It's 76 right now, and it's 8 p.m. Wow. Yeah, that is warm for 8 o'clock at night. Wow. Goodness. Like I said, we're definitely down with cold. It's been warm and sunny with some cool mornings, which I like when I'm sitting on my porch to have coffee and watch the wildlife. That sounds so relaxing. I love a good cool morning. Crisp, cool morning. Oh, so nice. And I said, we're having beautiful weather in Florida. It's not humid yet, so we really enjoy our 80s weather. The bunnies are back running around our yard. You like to read outside this time of year. I love that. Yeah, I know I mentioned sometime, I think in February, but we moved kind of suddenly. So we have a new place we're at, and we do have a little backyard with a fence here, which is really nice for Boaz. But I don't have a chair or anything out there, but I would like to get one, or maybe a little bench so I can sit out there and read as well, because it is nice, and that sounds so relaxing. Princess Peach said it's actually not bad today. We got some rain this morning. Lovely. I'm a big fan of rain anyways, but gotta love that. That might be because I grew up in Phoenix, though, and we didn't exactly get a lot of rain. So anything that is not sunny weather is naturally very exciting to me since I grew up with almost all hot and sunny days. Sounds great. Sherry said it was 82 today, raining and storming a little, but we need rain, a bit of a drought here. I'm glad you got rain then. And I hope it was at least like a nice, relaxing rain to maybe watch from the window. Ivy said it was warm and nice. Now it's raining and the temperature is dropping tonight. Ooh. But curling up with a book on a rainy evening, that sounds lovely. I hope it doesn't get too cold, but that does sound like nice weather. Princess Peach said it's been really dry here, so we can't burn anything at all, so the rain is much needed. I'm glad you're getting it then. We've gotten some rain in April, but Arizona is more prone to getting monsoons in like late July. So we get more like heavy rain then. But it's like a hot, almost dusty rain because it's a monsoon. It's very interesting. It's kind of hicky a little bit, I guess, from the lipstick stains. Sometimes I have to take a washcloth with like a little bit of soap and like take it to his neck because he's got white fur. So, you know, a pink lipstick or a red lipstick from a kiss will show up real nice. I've taken him to the vet and then realized while we arrived, I was like, there's red lipstick on his neck. And then the vet comes in and I'm like, I promise it's not blood. And they told me that's actually kind of common. They see that a lot. So I was like, okay. It's not just me who kisses my dog and then accidentally leaves bloody, like red looking stains on them. And I'm like, oh, not good. A little bit. Yeah. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, I think we're going to kick off another sprint. I am going to start Read Between the Lies by Jessie Cusatanto and maybe get the dishes unloaded, because it would probably be good to get up and move a little bit on this sprint since I didn't really do that this last one. So let's go ahead and do another sprint. I'm going to set us up for 45 minutes. And if you jumped on between this last sprint and now, heads up, the cat will meow when the timer goes off. So just a heads up on that. Happy reading, everybody. Hi guys, how was that second sprint for you? I started Read Between the Lies by Jesse Cusatanto on this last sprint and did some dishes while listening to Murder at the Blarney Bash. Both books are going well. I'm just a few chapters into this one, but I'm enjoying the build-up and the kind of setup for everything in this book so far. Has a lot to do with like the publishing industry, which is fascinating. And then, of course, I'm loving Murder at the Blarney Bash by Darcy Hannah, because I really love the Beacon Bake Shop mysteries, so that's not too surprising. But I have about an hour and 45 minutes left of that book, so I'm hoping to finish that probably tomorrow for my audiobook. And yeah, that's kind of what I did on this last sprint. Got Mr. Bo a peanut butter stuffed puzzle toy, which I think he just finished. So yeah, let me know how that one was for you. Debbie was commenting, that's cute. It would be worrisome if it was not your color lipstick. Yes, in regards to me accidentally leaving lipstick marks on Boaz because he's got a little white neck. Yeah, it would be a little worrisome if it was not the same color as what I wear. And I said, starting a new cozy, Teddy Bears and Ghostly Lairs by Heather Widner. Ooh, Teddy Bears, Ghostly Lairs. I love that it rhymes. A Jules Keene glamping mystery. Ooh, that sounds good. Have you read the other books in the series? It looks like this is book 5. Oh, this is so cute looking. My goodness. Look, so like the owns the Posh Fern Valley Camping Resort. That sounds so fun. My goodness. I hope you enjoy it. Jill has 35 pages left. Awesome. Stephanie got the fur babies fed and read a couple more chapters. That sounds excellent. Yes, Mr. Bo. Excuse me. Finally ate his dinner and had a puzzle toy. So that's what he has been up to. It sounds like good progress on your book. Ivy's enjoying the mama and coloring while you listen. I love that. I might have to do some coloring later. That sounds good. A good time. I'm having a good time with this, though. I am interested to see where it's going to go. Excuse me. Annie said, I read one of them and liked it. Good to know. Yeah, it looks like a really fun series. The first one's called Vintage Trailers and Blackmailers. I love how all of the titles rhyme. Like the more punny a cozy mystery title is, or rhymey or something like that, I'm there. I love the fun of that, personally. No, I'd love to know what your favorite book title of all time is, whether that's like a punny kind of cozy mystery title, whether it's just a really ominous thriller title. I would just love to know what your favorite book title is. Lucky Stamper said tonight is perfect because Bookly is doing a TBR challenge. Read 10 hours in 11 days. You're now 48% in my book. That's awesome. And you loved watching puppies snuggle with you. So sweet. Thank you. He always does that. Like right now, he just climbed into his little dog bed on the floor. But then during the actual sprint, he sees that I'm occupied with the book, and that's when he decides to climb up on top of me and stick his face up against mine. And yeah, it's very cute. Sometimes a little tricky if you're trying to actually get something done, but it's very fun. And yeah, it's my little precious. Sherry said, cozy mysteries have great titles. They do. I'm trying to think. I'd say I like, for thrillers, Shonora Williams has Whispers of the Lake, which I always think is such a creepy kind of sounding title. So I'd say that one definitely got my attention. Enjoyed that one. But For thrillers, I also like, I think it's Sarah Pekina and Greer Hendricks, The Wife Between Us, because that just kind of immediately sends a lot of questions up reading the title. But for cozies, I do love a good punny one, and I'm trying to think of one of my favorites off the top of my head. I love Gone for Gouda by Karina Moss. That one's just fun. Let's see, I'm looking over. Oh, I love Baking Spirits Bright by Sarah Fox. So it just sounds so happy. Baking Spirits Bright. That one is amazing. Well, Agatha Christie, And Then There Were None. I mean, that is just a perfect title because it just immediately sends chills. Like, oof, what is going on there? I think I really liked a lot of the Bread Shop Mysteries titles by Winnie Archer. I'm going to look up the series because I'm trying to remember. Oh, I like the second one. It's called Crust No One. And then A Murder You'll Regret, for Christmas. I loved that one. Those are some great ones. Obviously, there's so many good titles. I can't pick just one. Nothing But Trouble. I like that one. That was a good title. I like from the Bake Shop Mysteries A Smoking Bun as well. I read that one like 2 months ago. I thought that was such a fun one. Like nothing, or A Smoking Bun. It's like, I love it. The Nothing But Trouble is definitely a good one. Bake Shop Mysteries have a lot of good ones. Let's see. Oh, I like the new book that's coming out. It's called The Pumpkin Vice Cafe. Oh, I love Catch Me If You Candy. I read that last year. Loved that. Mocha She Wrote. And I would say Caught Red-Handed. I think those are some of my favorites in that series. Hi, Chrissy. You said, hello, friends. Had a late dinner, but was able to listen to the next few chapters in Murder on Cape Cod by Maddie Day. You started listening to it on Spotify while you're at the gym. That's amazing. I love that. I hope your dinner was yummy. And glad you could join. And I said, Meg Lanslow has good word titles. She does. I'm going to pull them up because I know there are some really good ones. Ooh. No Nest for the Wicket. Lord of the Wings. How the Finch Stole Christmas. Round Up the Usual Peacocks. Yeah, there are some really, really good ones there. I love that. Steph said, I showered and deep conditioned your hair and did a face mask. That sounds lovely and always feels so good. Very relaxing. Lucky Stamper says, my favorite cozy author and my introduction to cozies is Bree Baker's Seaside Cafe Mysteries. My family owned a summer home on the Outer Banks, and I spent my summers there. I love that. And that is such a good series. I absolutely love that one. Let me pull up the titles. Seaside Cafe Mysteries. Ooh, I like Partners in Lime and Pleading the Fish. And No Good Tea Goes Unpunished. Those are my favorites. Said Cape Cod. Okay, that makes more sense. Murder on Cape Cod. There we go. Steph said, Laura Child's Cackleberry Club series has great titles, and they are favorite books of yours. I don't think I've read those yet. I love her Tea Shop series. I tried her scrapbooking series, but I didn't quite get into it. You're right, though. These are great, and they all have egg in it. Egg Drop Dead. Eggs in Purgatory. Eggs Benedict Arnold. Bedeviled Eggs. That one's good. I like that a lot. I love the Tea Shop Mysteries. That's a fun one. I like the Teaberry Strangler, the Jasmine Moon Murder, Blood Orange Brewing, A Dark and Stormy Tea, Oh, that reminds me. I love the Coffee House Mysteries by Cleo Coyle, and they have some really good series, like Latte Trouble, On What Grounds, A Brew to Kill, Honey Roasted. There's just too many fun ones. Chrissy said, Lucky Stamper, that's one of my all-time favorite series. Brie Baker writes so well. She does. Have you guys read her Jacqueline Frost? What she writes is Jacqueline Frost, because she also writes under other pen names like Jacqueline Frost, The Christmas Tree Farm Mysteries, which I love as well. Said Ella Alexander has so many good ones. My favorites are the Sloan Across titles. I love those as well. I love that one. Let's see some of the titles for that. The Pint of No Return. That's my favorite. The Pint of No Return. I just love it. Beyond a Reasonable Stout. Without a Brew. That is such a good series, though. I have 2 books left to read in that series, and I'm kind of putting it off because I didn't want to finish it, you know? Chrissy said, I've always enjoyed looking at the cover art and the unique names for cozy mysteries. I agree. I also just love a good pun. I have a very corny sense of humor, so it appeals to me a lot. Steph said, Amy, you probably would like the Cackleberry series much better than the scrapbooking series. Okay, good to know, because I love the Tea Shop series, and then I tried to start the scrapbooking series thinking I would also love it because I love Laura Childs, and then I felt pretty let down. So I've been hesitant to start a different series by her, but I will look into that. Sherry said, I often smile when I see cozy mystery titles, just so fun and creative, but punny. Same. I just feel like I can barely read them or say them without smiling, which I love. Steph said, what? I never knew that about Brie Baker. She's got a couple. I'm going to look it up right now. So she writes as Julie Ann Lindsay, Jacqueline Frost, and Julie Chase. And Julie Ann Lindsay has, I want to say it's like a, what is it? Julie Ann Lindsay has an apple cider one that I started reading, and it was really good. Yes, so she writes a couple series, is Julie Ann Lindsay, but she has a apple cider one, which is really fun. So yeah, I didn't know it for a while. I started reading Jacqueline Frost and Brie Baker around the same time. I loved them both. I thought they did setting especially well with both series. And then I realized later on, as I was deep into both series, I was like, oh, they're actually the same person. I never would have guessed. I never would have known. So yeah, she has a couple pen names. So definitely if you love Brie Baker, check out her other pen names. I strongly recommend the Christmas Tree Farm Mysteries. Such a good Christmas series. But I've really enjoyed her apple cider series. I've read book 1 in that. Liked that a lot. And I think that's all I've read so far. But I really, really love Jacqueline Frost's series. Jill said, I love Ellie Alexander too. She is so amazing. Really, really love it. Prince Peach says, I guess I'm opposite. I like the scrapbooking series, but not the tea series. There's series out there for everyone, so I'm glad you're enjoying at least one of them. But yeah, I don't know. I just had a hard time getting into book 1 of that series. I'm not entirely sure. Hi, Mr. Bo. Did you finish your peanut butter puzzle toy? Yes, you did. Chrissy says, I can't wait to start the next book in the Beacon Bake Shop series. I am very excited because the next book in the series is coming out in July. I think it's Murder at the Campfire Cookout. So I'm reading Murder at the Blarney Bash right now. And then I think it's Murder at the Lemonberry Tea. And then I'll be all caught up for the new release in July. So it's my goal to get caught up on the series because they're so good. And I love Wellington, the dog. He is the sweetest. Hi, Wendy. How are you doing? You're currently reading Fragile Sanctuary. Ooh, that sounds good. Let's see. Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. Romantic suspense. Ooh, I hope you love that. That sounds pretty intense and fun. Lucky Stamper said, yeah, it was funny how she has other books. I read the apple cider one as well. Tonya Kappa's The Camper series is another one I like, especially since we have an RV. That's awesome. That's really fun. Have you tried the Daphne Jones Mysteries by, I think it's Philippa Nefri Clark? They travel, her and her husband travel around the country in like a caravan. Like, it's not like an RV, I guess, but like a big van that they live out of. So you might like that if you enjoy the theme with people traveling around in their vehicles, I should say. Princess Peach says, I love the Beacon Bake Shop Mystery Series. The latest one comes out June 30th. Oh, that's right. So it's June, not July. My mistake. Oh, I'm so excited for it. It looks like it's going to be so fun. And it's a campfire cookout, so it sounds like it'll be a perfect summer read, which I love. I don't know. I really like it. I know authors probably don't have control over this, but it kind of drives me crazy sometimes when like a Christmas book comes out in like February or like a very summery book comes out in December. Like, I just wish they would come out closer to or like leading up to the season they're in if it's like a very seasonal or holiday read. That's just me personally. I'm sure they don't really have control over that though. Chrissy says Lemonberry is next on my list, but I can't wait for the new release. Same. I'm so excited. I got to get to the Lemonberry one very quickly. Chrissy says Princess, I'm so excited for it. Same. Princess Peach says I am too. I absolutely love the series. I read it all in like a week and a half. That is a sign of a good series when you get into that binge mode. Lucky Stamper says, no, I've not heard of that series. We'll have to check it out. I also just finished one you recommended, Lending a Paw, the Bookmobile Cat Mysteries. That's a good one. That is so fun. I need to continue with that series because I loved the first book in it. I get kind of distracted sometimes, like a squirrel. Just like, oh, look, fun, fun, fun. Things everywhere. Chrissy said, laughing, I was really ready to jump right into Lemonberry, but I wanted to save it for my May reads. I have a fun theme planned. That'll be fun. And May's like a week away, which is, I can't believe May is a week away. Is that crazy? Steph says, I agree. Sherry said the Beth Dolger series had fun titles. Hated when it ended. It did. The Nightmare Arizona one. I still need to finish that series now that I'm going to pull the series up. Now that I finally got Kindle Unlimited, because I know it's on there. There's some really fun ones like Homicide at the Haunted House, Terminated at the Trailhead, Slaying at the Saloon. I like that one. That was really good. Princess Peach said, I've started a notebook to keep up with my series. I'm in too many cozy series. Yes. I understand how you feel. It's hard though. It's hard, and it's just there's just so many fun series and so many authors you want to support and try books from. And some cozy series are so long running, like the Laura Child's Tea Shop series. I'm 12 or 13 books into that, which is a lot, right? But there's like 30 books in the series, so I feel like I'm never going to catch up, even though I've read a bunch of it. Said, ooh, shiny is my problem. Yes, it's hard. And I love doing new release videos on my channel for cozy mysteries and thrillers, but then I get even more excited about new releases, which distracts me from the books I'm currently reading. Hi, Amy Marie said, hope all is well. Glad I caught some of this live. I'm glad you made it, Belle. Oh my goodness. What are you going to be reading tonight? We're actually just going to kick off our last sprint for the night, so perfect timing. Chrissy said, I had to write down the months and what books I have planned to read. I just have to remember not to beat myself up if I can't get through one of my monthly reads. I still have books not finished. It happens to everyone, and life happens. Things happen. I wasn't expecting to move in February, and that definitely threw me off for some of my reading plans because it was just drop everything and get ready to move, It happens. Sherry said, so many cozies on my TBR from your recommendations. Thank you. I hope you find some good ones that you love. Chris is 100%. Yes, it just, life happens. So, yeah. I'd rather have books to choose from than run out of books, I guess. So, even if I never finish my TBR, at least I will have made a dent in it. All right, let's go ahead and kick off our final sprint here. We'll do another 45-minute sprint. I'm going to get up and move a little bit. I'm feeling a little stiff, and then I'm going to dive back into Read Between the Lines, or Lies, by Jessie Cusitanto. Jill says, I have only the latest 2 books left in Laura Child's Teashop series. I have loved all of them. They are so good. It's such an amazing series. I'm so glad you love it. All right, here. Oh, glad I caught you live. Love your recommendations. Thank you. I'm so glad you made it. We're just about to kick off with the final sprint for 45. Glad you jumped on in time. And here we go. Let's go ahead and hop into this. Happy reading. Hi guys, how was that last sprint for you? I'm flying through this book, very much enjoying it. Lots of discussion around like social media, kind of obsession themes, the publishing industry. I don't know what I would call it. It doesn't feel like a thriller necessarily yet, or it's definitely very slow burn, but it's good. Whatever it is, I like it so far. I'm over 100 pages into it now after the sprints tonight, which is amazing. Feels really good. How is that for you guys? Hello, you said hello, I'm late to the party, but here to read. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I love that. Hi, Betsy. Said hi, me. I just seen your live. I'm finishing up reading, and then there were none. I hope you love it. The ending of that just, I can't even. like my brain. I read that book over like 2 or 3 years ago, and I still think about the ending. Jill said, I just finished Assaulted Caramel. It had a bittersweet ending. 5 stars. Yay. Love a good 5-star read. Hi, Liz. You said, hello, Amy. Glad to see you live tonight. I'm reading your recommendation, Buried in a Good Book by Tamara Barrett with Isabella Bassett by my side. Oh, and I hope you love Buried in a Good Book. I love the snappy humor and dialogue in Tamara Barry's books, so I hope you love it. Christy said, I did pretty well in mine. Definitely need to catch up more. The series is off to a good start. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad. Annie read 38 pages. Amazing. Great progress. Like I said, I only read 7 pages of Glow of the Everflame, but did just finish The Story Might Save Your Life. Ooh. Or if I feel like I'm familiar with the second one. Ooh. A debut thriller novel. That's right. I might need to pick that one up. It sounds good. Did you enjoy it? Betsy finished your book. It was so good. 5 stars. Doesn't that ending just make you think and think and think? The wheels in my head were turning when I finished that book. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Betsy. That is awesome. Ooh. I'm such a morning person. So sorry, I get kind of drowsy on the last sprint I usually do. You loved it? Okay, I'm going to have to see if my library has that book or acquire it some other way because it looks good. Betsy said, yes, I'm still thinking about it. It's one of those books that sticks with you. At least it definitely did for me. Like I said, I think I read it like 3 years ago and I still think about it. Yeah, all the time. It's such a good one. You can see why I think it's Agatha Christie's most well-known book. Even more than Murder on the Orient Express, possibly. It's up there at least. So I can see why that is. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for sprinting tonight. I am getting pretty drowsy, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off. But thank you for making this such a fun Friday night. Got some progress in the League of Lady Poisoners book, and then started my thriller. And both of these are going really well, which is always a good feeling. Debbie finished your book and you're 36% into the second. You're adding a couple books to your TBR. Amazing. Great progress on both sides. Of course, you're welcome. I'm so glad you guys were able to make it. Wendy got to 38%. Awesome. Great progress. If you hear chewing, it's Mr. Bo working on a chewy in the background. Really crunches down on it. Yes, thank you for coming, Betsy, and congratulations on finishing that book. Oh, I wish I could reread it for the first time again. I still want to reread it one day just because it would be interesting to see it knowing the ending, but I wish I could reread it for the first time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight, and yeah, I hope to hopefully post a video this weekend. I had some computer issues this week, which have been a bit of a drag, but I am working on resolving them. So I should hopefully have a video up this weekend, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for hanging out and doing sprints. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon.